Hi, it's Paul from howtoplaybass.com here. Got a lesson for you today, how to play the bass line to Soul Man by Sam and Dave. This is a great bass line to play for people who've been playing for a short while and want to learn some songs that might stretch them out a little bit. What's great about this line is the bass line powers the song. Is a really cool bass line. It's not particularly difficult. The bridge is the only bit where you're shifting your left hand around a lot. The rest of the tune is pretty much played in one position. It's pretty straightforward. The key to getting this song and getting it sorted is learning the verse, which is the main pattern, which is the pattern that goes. You can't see my fingers there, you'll see them in a second, but it's getting that riff, starting out slowly, getting it absolutely spot on, and then delivering it each time you play through the tune. If you can do that, if you ever play this in a live context, it will make the song a success. The song really relies on the bass rhythm really powering the song through from start to finish. So, okay, here's the basic verse. I'll set the metronome going. Metronome's set to about 100, so it's a little slower than the original. So I'll play the figure a few times and we'll talk through the notes. 2, 3, 4. Okay, stop the metronome, let's talk about the notes. Okay, so the first note, we're starting on G, and I'm playing it 10th fret of the A string. The next note is E, 7th fret of the A string. The next note is D, 10th fret of the E string. And then you've got C, C, D, E. So C is 8th fret of the E string, D 10th fret again, E 7th fret of the A string. So here's the pattern really slow. G, G, E, E, D, C, C, D, E, G, G, E, E, D, C, C, D, E. And if you have a listen to the original recording, Duck Dunn played on Sam and Dave version, you find it on Sam and Dave's Greatest Hits, which is a great soul album, by the way. If you listen to the verse, you'll clearly hear that rhythm, and you can make a little, if you don't read notation, you can make just a little crib sheet for yourself. So you play twice on the G, twice on the E, once on the D, twice on C, once on D, once on E, and you could combine that with the rhythm that you're hearing to get the. Okay, so after the verse, we go straight into the chorus. Okay, the chorus. I'll play with the metronome, then we'll talk through it. Okay, so let's talk through the notes. Now the first chorus, there's 3 choruses that are identical, apart from in the first chorus, the first half bar of the first bar of the chorus is different, and it plays with a kind of syncopated rhythm. The notes are just G, E, D, so we did, all those notes are in the verse. G, 10th fret of the A string, sorry, E, 7th fret of the A string, D, 10th fret of the E string, and then it goes up to G and just plays 8th notes on that G note, again 10th fret of the A string, and then it goes down to F natural, which is 8th fret of the A string, back to G for 2 bars, and then where Steve Cropper is, and then starts again, and then you've got the, which is C, C, D. So the chorus is pretty straightforward. It's just that the first chorus, Duck plays that rhythm, and it carries on. So it's just basically eighth notes of G, eighth notes of F. Second and third chorus, he doesn't play that rhythm. It's possible that even when they were recording that in those days, all the musicians would have been together, all the rhythm section would have recorded at the same time. It's possible, because it's pretty similar to the verse rhythm, that it was a mistake and he didn't mean to play that, and he just corrected it and they just left it in because that take felt so good, and the rhythm section does feel really good on that take. So it's possible that that's what's happened, but it is something, if you have a close listen to the original, you'll hear, and if you want to play it faithfully, you should put that in. If you don't, then you can just, basically it's a bar of G, bar of F, 2 bars of G, pattern starts again, G, F, G, and then, which is C, C, D. So there's a couple of ways there you can approach the chorus. Have a close listen to the recording, determine what you're trying to achieve with playing through it, and select which method will suit that the best. Okay, the bridge, which is the section under the lyric, grab a rope and pull me in. Play with the metronome, we'll talk through the notes. 3, 4. Okay, let's turn the metronome off. So the first bar is E flat, starts on E flat, 6th fret of the A string, down to B flat, 6th fret of the E string, then 2 more 2/16th notes on the E flat, 6th fret of the A string, then down to G, 3rd fret of the E string, A flat, 4th fret of the E string, A natural, 5th fret of the E string. Now you have to shift up to get the next bar, which starts on B flat, 6th fret of the E string, F, 8th fret of the A string, then you've got that little run, B flat, F, E flat, D. So those frets are, B flat is 6th fret of the E string, A, 8th fret of the A, E flat, 6th fret of the A, D, 5th fret of the A. Then you go down to C for the 3rd bar of the bridge, and all those notes are just C and G, which are 3rd frets of the A and E strings respectively. So you've got C, G, G, C, G, C, and then up to, for the 4th bar, D, A, D, A, D. They're both 5th frets. The D is the 5th fret of the A string, the A is the 5th fret of the E string, and then finally the final bar is back in E flat, is just E flat, B flat, E flat, B flat, which are the 6th frets of the A and the E string respectively. I'll play through this one more time. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch off, turn the metronome down, and then I'll play it. Slow the metronome down, I'll play it really slowly so you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the outro is exactly the same pattern as the verse, but it's shifted up a semitone. I'll play it through a couple of times and then we'll just talk through it. 2, 3, 4. So if you rewind the video back to the verse section, or you remember the verse section, that should sound identical, except it's a semitone higher. So note wise you've got A flat, F natural, E flat, D flat, D flat, E flat, F natural, and the locations are A flat, 11th fret of the A string, F, 8th fret of the A string, E flat, 11th fret of the E string, D flat, 9th fret of the E string, and those are all the notes for the tune.